Hello everyone, Hachadino over here, and as always you can like my video, subscribe in any of the cards that it's on the sites, and also check out the sheet that we have for Rogue in general if you want. It's always available and it's kind of neat, at least for Soblety. You can check it out here, it's really cool. And now let's go for the video itself. This is going to be the dungeon bites for BlackRook Hold. I'm going to talk about things that we can do on the bosses. You may have already seen them, of course, or know more or less about them, but maybe you learn something new. So let's begin with the first boss, Amalgam of Souls. We can do some neat things. You can stun the boss. You can also get some free combo points from the wisp that is floating around. You can see here this troubled soul. Someone can get it for you, or you can just clip it and you get some free combo points. Warlocks also get their havoc target and other things for the boss if you are not pulling mobs into it. The boss of course has an ability. The Soul Echoes one is the same as the other mob that it's available, and it leaves swirlies on the ground, and you can stack 2 or 3 before moving, or you can just cloak it, but I don't really recommend cloaking because what you really want to cloak is the soul burst. It's what the boss does after he gets to 50%, calls all of the odds, and then does this explosion. If the boss is long enough, you can do cloak for the soul echoes after the explosion, but it's unlikely that the boss will take super long, as usually this is the first place where you use bloodlust, and the boss kind of dies quite easily. Second boss would be Ilisana Ravencrest. As a melee, you don't really have a lot of mechanics. Do not get cleaved by the brutal glaive. When she does the dark rush, you can stack with the people as long as you know are not in the direct line. You're not going to get hit, so just do like a little stack line in one of the corners so the boss doesn't move that much. Ranged are the ones that are going to get hit by the beams, and the trail, just don't step onto it. The ads that come, the mage can be interrupted, and the warrior does his frontal. Of course, don't get hit by it, but if you do get hit and know that you are getting hit, you can feint it. For the third boss, we have Smash Spite. This boss is quite a famous one. If you are Outlaw and you have Float Like a Butterfly and also Elusiveness, we are not going to get much damage into you. You can feint all of the stomps. You can also evasion the stomps. You can also evasion the charge. But let me tell you, if you are Outlaw, you can evasion a lot of the charges, but if you are Soblety or Assassination, you can only evasion once in a while. A sub you can evasion a little bit more if you have Shadow Dust, but Assassination you can evasion 1, so try to get it when you already have 1 stack of the charge. Of course, if you are in high end key, you may even get 1 shot even with the second stack, so try to evasion the second charge, and then when the debuff runs out, you can get hit again normally. Now, for the last boss, you have 2 phases, as you know. The first phase, where we have the Gustavus Ravencrest, he does like a frontal glaive. Feint only works if you have elusiveness, but please don't get hit, it hits super hard. There's also this random mob that is casting shadowbolts. If you are far enough, like if you are just in the corner, you can see the shadowbolt coming onto you. There is no way to know if he's targeting you, by the way, so you have to actually see it. And if you're playing elusiveness, you have a really good leeway for that. Of course, if you're playing elusiveness, I do recommend to try and get evasion rolling, because in the high key, that shadowbolt actually one-shots us, even with good versatility and good health. As for the second phase, you know, there's the big boy. You may cloak the first shadow volley, is the highest damage intake in the fight, as you still don't have the extra buff that you get. And of course, you can cloak afterwards the stinging swarms. I really recommend a subtlety that you save a secret technique or a full combo point eviscerate, or get dance ready, at least one, so you can fastly shadow strike and eviscerate, or use shuriken storm eviscerate to get the stinging swarm killed as soon as possible. As assassination, you can also, of course, get rupture and garrote ready to go. Of course, if you are cleaving with Spatter and Kingsbane, it's going to help a lot into the boss. Likely you're not going to do that at the beginning because, as you know, boss goes away, but afterwards it's really good. Also, if your friends are in melee, you will be able to kill theirs quite easily. Of course, at Hotlaw you can just keep hitting the boss and kill it with Blade Fury. If you are playing Killing Spree for some strange reason, you can also do it and you get the damage reduction while you kill the swarm. Just try not to get slipped by the Cloud of Hypnosis. You can go through it with Cloak, but it does not clear it. And that is everything that I wanted to say. If you have any more cool tricks or things like that, you can leave it in comments or send it to me in Discord or in the stream or whatever, and I will add it to the video. Have a nice day.